I've been really, really seeking God. God, what are you doing in this season so that I can encourage my congregation when they ask me, God, what are you doing in this season? And as I was listening to God, and this may seem strange to most of you, God is saying that I allow this virus or to come about because and I don't know how to put this, but this is how he gave it to me. He says, there are STDs out there. And, the first thought you think is sexual transmittal disease. But God said there are spiritual transmitted diseases going on, spiritual. And he said those spiritual transmitted diseases, especially in the church, is unforgiveness, jealousy, gossip, envy. And so God said I had to bring about COVID because I needed to get your attention because I am the one that provides breath for you. But with COVID, what is COVID? COVID is basically, and I know that Gerald will correct me, COVID is basically a airborne infection. God says that I am the one that provided breath, but we have gotten so complacent that we think that we have provided breath. But think about COVID. When you talk to people that have been affected by COVID, there are things that happen. They become weak. They may have a high temperature. They may have a headache. But most of all, that it affects their breathing and your body becomes achy. What God is saying is that I had to bring this about, bring you out of the four walls so that you know that it is me that brings about healing. It is me that allows you to breathe in and out. So in the natural, COVID is saying to us, to the church, that without God, you're going to be weak and you're going to feel like you're not going to make it. Without God, your head is going to hurt to the point where you cannot perceive what God is doing in this season. And you will definitely feel like you can't breathe. You're going to feel overwhelmed. Why? It's because we've decided that because we're so talented, we're so blessed, that now we can sit on the throne. But God said both of us can't be on the throne. And those are those aches that we feel in the body, is that we now believe that now we're Savior and provider. But God is saying is that if you want me to heal the land, if you want me to heal you from these STDs, spiritual transmitted diseases, then we've got to come back to the center. In other words, we've got to come back to Him. And that's what God gave me this week, Elder.